as we are now joined also by Kristie Skidmore and Lisa Henry. Good morning. Thank you for joining us here.
Now, in case of Lisa, I hope Hornby puts her on salary. She's here so often. Every time we look around, Lisa Henry is one of our guests. I'm beginning to think of her as a co-host.
Well, good morning, Bill. Yeah, happy to be here this morning. Last week I was here talking about the Berkeley County Backpack Program, and here Kristie Skidmore and I, co-president of Education West Virginia, are here to talk about our union and what's been going on in our state.
And Kristie is a co-president, and Dale Lee is the other co-president, correct?
That is correct,
okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Lisa serves our area. Can you tell them just a little bit about what you do in the area for our union?
Sure. I'm a field rep for the Eastern Panhandle. My region's Berkeley, Jefferson, Morgan, Hardy, and Hampshire. And so I
Sounds
travel.
like a law firm.
It really does.
But now you're also a lawyer.
I was.
Oh,
I am not licensed.
No longer practicing.
I am no longer. Yes.
Okay.
No. Got to be clear. Don't want to get myself in trouble, Bill.
Okay.
So tell us about the new union. It's a merger.
It is a merger.
Is it done over? All the growing pains are done and it's moving smoothly?
Well, at the state level, we became officially Education West Virginia on September 1st. As you may have heard, AFT West Virginia and WVEA merged. Our membership, we had an assembly back in March, and our membership overwhelmingly voted to go forward with the merger, and that became official September 1st. We have had blessings of our national NEA and AFT. So at the state level, I wouldn't say all of the growing pains are worked out. You know, we still have a little bit of soreness, but that we're working on. And I don't mean soreness to be in a negative way, but, you know, there's a lot of T's that need crossed and I's that need dotted, but we're in pretty good shape there. Things are running smoothly. It's been nice to combine our strengths. As Lisa, for one thing, as Lisa mentioned about her territory, or her turf, as we like to call it, our staff reps have been able to have a more concentrated area that they focus on, and so that's definitely a positive. Dale and I, as co-presidents, have been able to divide and conquer, if you will. This week he's at an NEA conference in Arizona, and I'm here. Happy to be in this area, happy to get to know our members here a little bit more. I came up for a regional meeting, so that leads us to where we still have a lot of work to work out. Our locals have not fully merged yet, so they are still in the process of merging, and we hope to have locals merged by next spring. But I came up Saturday, we had a regional meeting, great turnout, great folks working together, and we're guiding them in the processes that they need to follow to get their merge official.
Everything I've heard about the merger, both in the preparation for and subsequent to, has been very positive. There had to been some questions about the validity of doing this. And what were some of the questions that was some initial pushback?
I think, and again, let me tell you just a little bit, tiny bit about myself. I stepped out of the classroom last fall and was elected president of AFT West Virginia. I've been around on the state board since about 2017. And we know, and Dale has made this clear, that there have been some, you had two major unions competing against each other for some time. So as Dale has eloquently put it, put all personal feelings aside and do what's best and right for our students and for public education in general for our members. So, just putting some things aside, you have staff that competed against each other forever. So working on putting those differences aside and moving forward, if there's anything that took, that was questionable,
sure,
maybe. But everybody seems to be doing well. Again, everybody appreciates their more concentrated areas, and it was really nice to walk into back to school activities at the beginning of the school year and be together as one and not have a table there that we're competing with, right?
Now, Lisa, you mentioned you have a fairly large region. Was there someone on the ATF side that did the same thing you were doing?
Yes, there was. So there would be, as Kristie said, so at new hire, at open houses for schools, we each have our table set up. And really, we are all the big picture things that we are fighting for making public education in West Virginia stronger is all exactly the same. And this state was too small to have two separate unions doing that. So having one unified union, which there are other states who have merged as well. We are the first state that has merged that does not have collective bargaining. So in a way, that was a first. And so we're trying to navigate that process. But it is much more helpful that we have more staff to help our members, and also with us out in the field. Obviously here we're far away from Charleston, and so I am able to focus on the ones in the far eastern part of the state, since I live out here in Martinsburg, and then my coworkers who are also out in the state, they have smaller regions as well. So before I had 9 counties, so I would travel as far as Tucker and Pendleton. And as you know, being here in the Panhandle with Berkeley County being a large school district, and Jefferson, that they take a lot of my time.
Yeah, every show seems like we have some facet of education that's been discussed. So it's paramount in a lot of folks' mind. With the new union, there's probably a host of issues you need to address. I see you brought some information on PEIA. That's probably one. Locality pay, school discipline. You can spend 15 minutes talking about the various issues. What is going to be the issues that require the major focus of the new union?
I would say student behaviors and addressing those, that is statewide. And we've been helping teachers and school staff navigating that, especially with the changes from SB 199 last year. But I would say out here in the Panhandle, there is, as everyone knows, a lot of turnover. We're losing great teachers, great staff to Maryland, Virginia, sometimes Pennsylvania. And so, as you mentioned, locality pay is an issue. And costs of PEIA, that is also, teachers now are making, and staff, making less than they did last year because of the increases to PEIA. And so tonight there is a hearing at the Holiday Inn. At 6 p.m., the PEIA Finance Board will be here, and they are going to propose their plan for next year, which has a 3% increase from all the other increases we've had the past years. And they are going to be showing that plan tonight. And we encourage anybody who has PEIA, so it's not just teachers, it's all state employees, and come out and make your voice heard. Let them know how these increases in health care are affecting you and your job and your families.
No pre-registration is required. Just show up, correct?
If you want to speak, you can sign up between 5:30 and 6. But yeah, anybody can come and listen. Absolutely.
And I'll just add real quick, Bill, I'm sorry, the proposal is on the PEIA website. So if anyone wants to dig into that before they attend and see, specifics, they can dig into that on there.
Sure.
Of the total population of teachers in West Virginia, how many are members of the union?
We don't always divulge our numbers, but I can tell you that we just grew in numbers substantially when we merged.
And you represent only public school teachers?
That is
education employees. Go ahead.
Yes. So private school teachers, they don't have the protections that are in West Virginia code and policy. And so essentially there's nothing we can do to assist them with that. So it is public school employees only. We have all public school employees except for administrators.
Okay, I said teachers, you said employees. So
we do service staff as well, so cooks, bus drivers, classroom aides, nurses, everybody. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what is the benefit if, this very practical question, if Bill and I are teachers, we work in the same school, he is a union member and I am not, what he campaigns for comes to my benefit, why should I join the union?
What he does campaign for, and what our union as a whole does serve you as, and you do benefit from that. But if you have any kind of issue, think of it as car insurance, if you will. If you have any kind of fender bender, whether it's your fault or not, you will not have the protections that Bill has. You will not have a Lisa Henry that you can call. And even if you don't have a fender bender that may or may not be your fault, if you just have a question, you don't have a Lisa Henry to call.
So let's talk about that. What, as this is all straw man, right? Okay, so something happens in the classroom, an administrator, whatever the case may be. If I'm a teacher and I have a problem with the administration, I go to my union rep?
Yes.
And then what happens?
So, of course, depends on the problem.
Of course.
But for a simple problem, I mean, most things can be worked out with a conversation with admin. Everyone has the same goal of wanting the school to be better, a better atmosphere for the kids. So most of that can be worked out. Where things get more contentious is when there is an accusation against a staff member, whether true or not. Schools have no choice to put that person on paid administrative leave. So the union helps teachers and staff through that process, which can be incredibly scary.
Financially or?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah, so financially, if needed, but usually it is the representation part to help guide them through that process and answer questions that they have.
May I jump in?
Oh,
here?
yeah, please.
And I might add, we have Lisa Henrys all over the state, staff reps, but we also have a network of rank and file members who are there for each other as well. We hope to have building representation, that leader in every building. We hope to have, and most often we do now, but especially now with the merger, and we hope to have, strong locals. As I said, locals with officers and leaders are merging and continuing their work in the counties.
Kristie, a while ago, I spoke wrong. I said ATF, and I meant AFT. And Jackie Long, who listens and never lets me make a mistake at all, called in and said, "Come on, Stubblefield, get it right." So my apologies. It's AFT.
It's AFT, American Federation of Teachers. That's our parent national organization. Hey, Jackie, miss seeing you.
Okay. So you think as a new unified union, you'll have more say-so, more influence. What in the system do you find that's not listening to you? Is it the legislators? Is it the administration? Is it the Board of Education? Is it the governor? Who's not listening to you?
Well, we know with this PEIA issue that a lot of the changes that the board has proposed would fall back into the hands of legislative action. The governor, the legislators, one of those things is the spousal surcharge, which we are very concerned with. It's going to rise again this year.
Explain that.
Well, the spousal surcharge is going to rise another $200 this year.
The spousal surcharge is?
That is, if you are an education employee and your spouse has benefits available to them, but they choose to have PEIA, you will pay a surcharge, and I believe it's up to like $550 in this proposal. And it's not based on. It's not based on what you are able to pay. The service personnel who are woefully underpaid as it is now will pay the same as a superintendent at a higher professional rate of pay. So we are very concerned about that, and we know that the way the code is written, not to get down in the weeds, again, you can look that up on the website, but we know that that's going to take legislative action to change it so that the finance board can change it to make it more palatable to our members. We're very concerned about retention, especially with our service personnel, with these changes.
And you said $200, I believe that's a monthly charge, is it not?
Correct.
Yeah, so $200 a month gets big bucks.
$200 a month more.
More,
than
that's what I meant, $200
now.
more, yes, exactly, yeah.
Which is about what it rose last year, I believe.
Yes. Yes, yeah, about $347 on average, and the proposal's going up another $200. And so with especially service personnel, because they are paid less than the professional staff, that PEIA is eating up most of their paycheck, and they are working for insurance.
Everybody paid.
I'm sorry.
Everybody paid the same amount?
Yes.
For the spousal surcharge, yes.
How about for the
Premiums are tiered based on salary.
Okay.
So one thing they could do was tier the spousal surcharge as well. So a bus driver is not paying for their spouse to be on the insurance the same rate that superintendent making six figures would.
Yeah. And I had a question, Lisa, but you've talked me around it. I've forgotten what the question was.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, John.
Okay. The whole notion of unionized teachers in West Virginia, it's a right-to-work state. And we talk about the locality pay, and we talk about all these things. I have long believed, that one of the difficulties with the education problem in West Virginia, however, pick whatever you want, nobody's ultimately responsible. Everybody, whether the school board talks, well, it's the Board of Education's problem. The Board of Education is run by the governor. And we can't do anything without the legislature. Well, the legislature can't do anything because everybody has an excuse why nothing can be done. But very specifically, when it comes to things like locality pay, what can you do? I mean, other than, forgive me, yell louder or send more letters or hold more meetings, do you have any power?
I'm just going to say, why can't we make it better for everyone across the state to try to attract and retain? And then I'm going to defer to Lisa, who deals with this quite often in the Panhandle.
And so if a lot of people in the Panhandle just say, why can't we have straight locality pay for Berkeley County teachers, Jefferson County? Berkeley County does try to help their staff with that through the housing allowance, which does come through the levy. So some states, such as Berkeley, Jefferson, have that levy to give extra pay to their teachers. But it is not enough, of course, to compete with Virginia and Maryland. And so it was proposed just straight locality pay. If you're in this county, you get more. Nobody else does. It's not going to pass. The state police tried that several years ago, and the other counties and parts of the state won't vote for it. So one proposal to that, which we are trying to get the legislature behind, is allow the counties to keep more of their share. So our taxes we all pay go to Charleston. Charleston gives some of it back. So if we can keep more of that local share and have it earmarked to go to staff, that's going to benefit everyone. And it would benefit Berkeley County, of course, more because we have more tax dollars, but that's the money we're paying in already. So there's different ways to go about it, and the more people that we get voicing that concern. So it's not just teachers and staff. I'm a parent of a Berkeley County school high schooler, and as parents, I want the strongest education system possible that we have here in West Virginia. And so we need parents and local businesses and everyone to get behind this to prioritize public education.
So if you rally your members to contact their delegates and senators to push hard for legislations to change this, and I don't know if you can you rally parents? Can you do that? Can teachers have mentioned this kind of stuff at PTA meetings to?
I would advise them not to do it at if they're a school event, but of course anything outside of it that we can have meetings and talk about, have town halls, anything like that, absolutely.
But on the subject of locality pay, talking with various legislators, they're more optimistic today than they have been for the last several years that locality pay, the momentum is moving for the legislators to do something. We're not there yet, but they think they're getting very, very, very close. A lot of optimism just now. Let me shift to two other things. PEIA, there's been a push among certain legislators to move this outside of government and make it all a private entity. I've heard Dale Lee speak to this in the past. He thinks it's a bad idea, and I'd like for your opinion as well. But the other thing is school aid formula, which has received quite a bit of attention lately. What should we do about that? I've given you two questions, Rob. Colin says we don't have much time left. Sorry.
Got about 1 minute until we got to take the final break.
Okay. PIA, private entity.
Thank you. Now, see, that's what you did there. You talked around that first question, and I kind of forgot for a minute. But yes, very quickly, privatization is not the answer. We have seen from reports, and we will see probably tonight during the hearing, the administrative costs of PIA are very low. I think maybe 3%. So kudos to the Finance Board and to the PEIA to be able to make that happen. You know, privatization is going to be much higher than that, and it's an effective system. Anytime we've had to call, we've been able to, and that's one of the things the new organization is going to aim to do, is educate our members more on their plans and the role of PEIA.
Pitch what's coming with the PEIA meeting.
So tonight at the Holiday Inn in Martinsburg on Foxcroft Avenue is the PEIA Finance Board will be there for their public hearing. And we encourage everybody who is affected by PEA, come on out to listen, and please share your personal stories. It's very important for them to hear, because PEIA, when people talk about it, it's numbers, but really it's people and how it affects them and their families.
Kristie, thanks for coming in. Come and visit with us more often if you will.
Sure. I'm happy to be here. Thank you.